good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, good people of the True Heel Nation. This is your good brother J News with another rendition, the fat rendition of J News Japan, because today we're entering a different kind of territory, folks. I'm going to cover 4 shows today. We're going to cover all the Summer Struggle shows from the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th, detailing the Never Openweight 6-man tag tournament, some happenings, some more storyline development going into the main and big show on August 29th at Ningbu Stadium in Japan, and a couple of announcements that I'll drop towards the end of this episode. So let's get to it. First, let's tackle Thursday night, August 6th, Summer Struggle. Show number 1. In attendance, it was considered a sellout at Kurikan Hall. Match number 1. Yuji Nagata, the legend, Blue Justice, went one-on-one with that young lion, spitting that hot fire, Gabriel Kidd. This match lasted about 8 minutes or so. Obviously, Nagata won with the Nagata lock. I was expecting more fire out of Gabriel Kidd in this match, and I didn't get it. So that was a little bit of a letdown. It was still a decent enough match, but I was expecting more out of him. But I actually listened to this match with English commentary, and it seems like Kevin Kelly is still playing up that future match between Gabriel Kidd and Togi Makabe. Second match of the night, we had a special tag team match. It was Master Wato and his newfound mentor, Hiroyoshi Tenzan, versus Young Lion, the returning Yota Tsuji, and Ryusuke Taguchi. In this match, we had the team of Master Wato and Hiroyoshi Tenzan winning the match over Yota Tsuji and Taguchi. Good comedy by Taguchi. Way more hip attacks in this match that lasted about 10 minutes or so than I was used to seeing. Good action, good return from Yota Tsuji. All the high impact stuff we're used to from Yota Tsuji. The only thing I do have to mention here, in regards to what looked like to be, I'm not too sure if Wato's still sort of nervous or in his head a little bit too much when he's in the ring. But there were a couple of times where he noticeably looked like he didn't know where he wanted to go or what he wanted to do. He's got good athleticism. He seems to be formulating a style around those legendary New Japan guys like the Great Sasuke, Great Muta with the martial arts high flying hybrid kind of a style. But in this sense, there's still certain spots in a match where it doesn't seem like he's too fluid. I think there's still a lot to be learned by Master Wato in this match, even though he did get the pin over Yota Tsuji with what he calls the RPP, which is finisher I can't explain in words. You would just have to watch it to see how that went down. Then the third match of the night on August 6th was a 6-man tag. It was Satoshi Kojima, Hanma, and Makabe versus YOSHI-HASHI, Tomohiro Ishii, and Hiroki Goto. In this match, Hiroki Goto got the win over Makabe. The only thing I could probably say in this match is that this was a warm-up match. This was not part of the 6-man tag tournament match. It wasn't a 6-man tag tournament match. The Chaos faction looked strong in this match, while the New Japan dads were the New Japan dads. So I'll leave that at that. The fourth match of the night had Young Lion Yota Tsuji teaming up with the Golden Aces, Kota Ibushi and Hiroshi Tanahashi, versus members of Suzuki-gun, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Zack Sabre Jr., and Tai Chi, known as the Dangerous Tekkers. This match went about 10 minutes or so. Yet again, another match that was not slated for the Never Openweight 6-man tag team match, but the Suzuki-gun faction won this match. Yoshinobu Kanemaru hit deep impact on Yuya Uemura. Yuya Uemura, as usual, showing the fire, showing the fervor, showing the tenacity that he was trying to that he's been developing all this time through all these matches during actually post. Let's call this post pandemic. New Japan Pro Wrestling. The only thing that I do have to pinpoint or point out during this match was the following. There was a moment in this match in where I turned into the only fan, right? And because I was listening to Kevin Kelly's commentary, it made sense, right? So Zack Sabre Jr. and Tai Chi, at one point during the match, Tanahashi was beaten down. They were holding Tanahashi up, and they were basically trying to goat Ibushi into just taking Tanahashi out. Like they were telling Ibushi to kick his head off and put him out of his misery, and Ibushi refused to do it. Ibushi refused to put down Tanahashi, and that is a continuing storyline throughout the rest of the shows. Then we had the one of the qualifying matches for the Never Openweight 6-Man Tag Team Championships. We had Sho, Toru Yano, and Kazuchika Okada of Chaos versus members of the Bullet Club, Jado, Gedo, and Yujiro Takahashi. This match lasted about 12 minutes. The team of Sho, Toru Yano, and Kazuchika Okada won this match. Look, I called it in the last show. There was just no freaking way that the Bullet Club was going to win this one out, especially with Jado in the match. The only things that I do have to point out in this match were the following. Gedo is starting to use a leather belt to whip people, and he definitely put the whooping on Okada with this leather belt. More back and forth between Kazuchika Okada and Yujiro Takahashi. I'll speed into. I won't speed into it, but I'll speak on the developments of that later when it comes into the King of Pro Wrestling tournament that'll be coming up as of August 26th. But Sho hit the double wrist lock on Jado to win this match. We have the main event of the night, which had members of Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Sanada, and Shingo Takagi versus members of Suzuki-gun, Doki, El Desperado, and Minoru Suzuki. What can I say? This match was a strong match. It was a good match. Minoru Suzuki seems to be having this feeling. He's getting this itch, and he's on his horse now when it comes to Shingo Takagi. There's a development there throughout these 4 shows, and I'll let you know towards the end as to what happens. In this match, the winners were the members of Los Ingobernables de Japón. Sanada hit the skull end on Doki, and LIJ moves on to the semifinals of the Never Openweight 6-Man Tag Team Championship Tournament. Now on to August 7th. The results here. For August 7th, the first match of the night, the legendary man, Blue Justice himself, Yuji Nagata versus Yuya Uemura. Yuya Uemura in this match, in comparison to Nagata's match with Gabriel Kidd, Uemura showed more fire. Uemura showed like he had more of a chance to actually beat Nagata than anything else. But of course, Nagata hit the Nagata Lock 2 on Uemura and won this match in about 8 minutes. Second match of the night, tag match, Satoshi Kojima, Hiroyoshi Tenzan versus Young Lions, Gabriel Kidd and Yota Tsuji. I'll say this out front. I don't like the pairing of Yota Tsuji and Gabriel Kidd. I like the pairing more of Yota Tsuji and Yuya Uemura as a tag team. Those guys work very well together. I think those guys might have a bright future as a tag team in the heavyweight division, to be quite honest, if they don't want to put those guys singles. But I consider Gabe more of a singles competitor than anything else. But Kojima hit the lariat on Yota Tsuji to win this match. Good fire out of Gabriel Kidd in this match in comparison to his match from the night before against Nagata. And it's always a pleasure to see Yota Tsuji Hiroyoshi Tenzan's, I've said this before in other shows, but it seems more now than before. But the wear and tear is definitely making Tenzan look. Obviously, he's got way less matches in front of him than he does behind him, but the wear and tear is now really, really getting to him. And Satoshi Kojima was still, doing his thing, rapid fire, machine gun chops and everything in between. But a good showing for Gabriel Kidd and Yota Tsuji here. Third match of the night, we had a 6-man tag. We had Sho versus Toru Yano and we had Sho, Toru Yano, and Kazuchika Okada of Chaos versus members of Suzuki-gun, Doki, El Desperado, and Minoru Suzuki. In this match, Sho hit the arm lock crosshold on Douki to win the match. So that was just another loss for that Suzuki-gun faction there. I believe there's something happening, something developing with El Desperado when it comes to the King of Pro Wrestling show. But that, I think, comes in one of the later nights going forward. Fourth match of the night was an 8-man tag. So we had Bushi, Sanada, Shingo Takagi, and Tetsuya Naito of Los Ingobernables de Japón versus members of the Bullet Club, Gedo, Taiji Ishimori, Dick Togo, and Evil. This match lasted about 13 minutes or so. I would have to say that this match was my favorite match of this night, even though it was very tailor-made, right? A lot of back and forth between Evil and Naito. Shingo Takagi wasn't in the match the majority of the match. Bushi and Taiji Ishimori really went at it in this match. One of the few matches Gedo wasn't necessarily involved in. I don't believe Gedo used his leather belt in this match to attack anyone, but he did attempt to use the brass knucks to gain the upper hand. But at one point, Sanada hung him up to dry on the top rope, and he was able to debunk that. Sanada won this match over Gedo with the skull end. 2 nights in a row where Sanada was able to hit the skull end and win a multi-man match. I want to bring this up. I must bring this up for the fan in me. You guys know I am a Sanada fanboy, and I will mention this, and I will mention this until the cows go home. I have no idea. I know long-form storytelling and everything else in between. I understand the New Japan product. They are keeping Sanada so far away from Evil right now. It's not even funny. They didn't even touch in this match, which was weird because you get residuals during the tag match, but Evil and Sanada did not touch at all. Bushi was in there with Evil. Shingo was in there with Evil. Naito was in there with Evil, of course. Sanada was not in the ring with Evil at all. So pay close mind to that. I'm not sure what's going on there, but hey. That is what it is. Then, the last 2 matches of the night, we have another first round match for the Never Openweight 6-man championships. So, 6-man tag here. It was Taguchi, Hanma, and Makabe versus YOSHI-HASHI, Tomohiro Ishii, and Hiroki Goto of Chaos. The team of Chaos won over the New Japan Dads and Taguchi here. Solid match. I want to say YOSHI-HASHI hit the butterfly lock on Hanma to win this match, and the Chaos faction moves on to the semis. Then, the main event of the night, the other first round Never Openweight 6-man championship tournament match. Master Wato, Kota Ibushi, and Tanahashi went up against Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Zack Sabre Jr., and Tai Chi. So this match, yet again, this match had in it the spot where Tai Chi and Zack Sabre Jr. held Tanahashi, beat Tanahashi down and held him up, knees on the ground, and they tried to go Ibushi yet again to knock his block off and basically put him out of his misery. And Ibushi refused, and he attacked those members of Suzuki-gun. He attacked them. And at the end of it all, Hiroshi Tanahashi wins the match over Tai Chi with the double leg Nelson, and the team of Tanahashi, Ibushi, and Wato went on to the semis. over the team of Taichi, Zack Sabre Jr., and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Mind you, the storylines kept on developing between Master Wato and Yoshinobu Kanemaru here. It seems like Ibushi and Tanahashi are due for a rematch versus the Dangerous Tekkers, so we'll pay attention to that. This match lasted about 17 minutes or so, so it carried its length as it regularly does. Now on to August 8th. August 8th presents us with match number 1, Yuya Uemura versus Taiji Ishimori. Now, guys, first things first, right? So we already know what the formula is here with New Japan shows. Obviously, Taiji Ishimori won this match with the Yes Lock in 8 minutes. Yuya Uemura has a significant amount more size than Taiji Ishimori. So in the normal wrestling world, Ishimori wouldn't have a chance against Uemura in a regular match. But since Uemura is a young lion, obviously he's just enhancement talent at this point. But Uemura had another strong showing versus Taiji Ishimori. Dude's athletic as hell, very strong, good tenacity, good ferocity in the ring as always, brings that energy. But Taiji Ishimori got his win in lieu due to the fact we don't have our IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion on the cards right now because of his injury. But more with that later to come. Special tag match here. Yet again, the Young Lion tag team of Gabriel Kidd and Yota Tsuji went up against Bullet Club members Gedo and Yujiro Takahashi. Now, I mentioned this before, how Gedo started using the leather belt to attack people. He whooped Gabriel Kidd, man. Gedo whooped Gabriel Kidd during the match and after the match. The Bullet Club members won. Yujiro Takahashi hit Pimp Juice on Gabriel Kidd. Strong showing from Yota Tsuji and an even stronger showing from Gabriel Kidd in this match. But man, Gedo was laying it in on Gabriel Kidd, man. I'll say that. Yet again, you guys understand. If you've watched enough of my shows, you know that I am not a big fan of Yujiro Takahashi's style. It's just I'm not going to say lazy, because obviously these guys train so hard to put on the kind of shows and the matches that they do, but it's just a very sleepy style, I would say. Very lull style that Yujiro Takahashi has in the ring, and I'm just not a fan of it. Big fan of Yota Tsuji. Don't know what they're going to do with Gabriel Kidd here, but hey, that is what it is. Third match of the night, we had another mixed tag match, 6-man tag here. Yuji Nagata, Hanma, and Makabe went up against Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Zack Sabre Jr., and Taichi of Suzuki-gun. In this match, the members of Suzuki-gun won over the opposing team. Taichi hit the Saite Jujiro on Hanma. Developments as for any sort of matches into the future, not that I can recall seeing at all. This was just a put together match. By the end of it, from what I saw, there wasn't much here. Much to do about nothing with this match. Then another 6-man tag here. We had Taguchi, Kojima, and Tenzan versus members of Suzuki-gun, Doki, El Desperado, and Minoru Suzuki. So Satoshi Kojima hit the lariat on Doki to win this match. I want to say, yes, this is where the development in the storyline began to happen. It seems like Tenzan and El Desperado will be going one-on-one in the first round of the King of Pro Wrestling matches. And I wouldn't be able to tell you as to what kind of match they're gonna get themselves into. This was in Japanese commentary, and I don't think it's come through the English YouTube interpretation as of yet. So I don't know what kind of match they're gonna have as of yet. But that particular rivalry started to bud here. Tenzan and Desperado. On to the 5th match, the semifinal match of the Never Openweight 6-man championship. We had Sho, Toru Yano, and Okada of Chaos versus the members of Los Cinco Gobernadores de Japón, Bushi, Sanada, and Shingo Takagi. So, I want you guys to understand, right? I want you guys to understand that this match was won by members of Chaos via countout, right? So by the end of the match, just to give you the finish was Toru Yano tied Bushi's mask to one of the security railings, and the other two members of Los Ingobernables de Japón were being held on to outside of the ring. So Bushi couldn't get off of the railing. Guys were trying to get Bushi off of the railing. They couldn't do it. And finally, after the count out happened, is when one of the young lions, I believe it was Uemura, came out with a pair of scissors and was able to cut off the laces and let Bushi go from the guardrail. Solid match throughout, though. It was a good match. It was very even flowing from the guys from LIJ as they usually do. The Chaos team, Toru Yano is kind of the wrench in the party. Okada and Sho look good, but they aren't the well-oiled machine that LIJ is as a team. But as I said, the Chaos faction won via countout. So another match here, 6-man championship tournament match, semi-final. My favorite match of the 4 nights. This match, man, this match here, big ups to Master Wato. Like, legit, like, I know that we've given the kid a lot of shit, but he showed up in this match. He showed out in this match. Tanahashi came back with the fury. Ibushi's still Ibushi. And the Chaos faction won this match. Chaos won this match. YOSHI-HASHI, Tomohiro Ishii, and Hiroki Goto, they won this match. With YOSHI-HASHI hitting Karma on Master Wato. But man, what a match this was. It was just... Oh man, listen, man. Between the face-offs between him with Tomohiro Ishii and Kota Ibushi, Tanahashi just getting his confidence back in this match and looking as good as he can look at his age. Hiroki Goto and YOSHI-HASHI, just being good, solid team members. But Master Wato, man, let me tell you, the kid was able to put some fluidness together. He seemed to know what he was doing in this match, and it impressed me. And it was my favorite match of the 4 nights that happened. But as we know, the Chaos faction won this match, and they go on to the finals versus their own brethren in the Chaos faction. And we'll talk about that match going forward. To talk about something else here as well, it seems that Kazuchika Okada has his beef with the Bullet Club member Yujiro Takahashi. They're gonna go they're supposed to have a match at the King of Pro Wrestling first round, and it seems that Okada wants a 3-on-1. He wants Gato, he wants Jado, and he wants Yujiro Takahashi in that first round match. I don't know if he's gonna get it, but hey man, that's what he asked for. On to August 9th, the last night of the Summer Struggle shows for this week. First match, tag match, Gabriel Kidd, Yuya Uemura tagging up against members of Le Bullet Club, Yujiro Takahashi and Gato. Yet again, Gato taking that belt out and putting the whooping on Gabriel Kidd. It seems like Gabriel Kidd is getting the shit end of the stick here. But Gato equally gave Yuya Uemura some lashings himself. Man, Gato was whooping them kids during this match. Yujiro Takahashi hit Pip Juice on Uemura, and they won that match in about 8 minutes. But man, somebody take that leather belt away from Gato, because he's doing too much, man. He really, really is. Second match of the night, it was a 6-man match. It was Yota Tsuji, the Young Lion, Hanma and Makabe versus Taguchi, Yuji Nagata, and Satoshi Kojima. Kojima won this match with a lariat on Yota Tsuji. I believe Satoshi Kojima is gonna have a match in the King of Pro Wrestling show as well, and I'll detail that to you guys in a few moments. Then we had a special tag match. It was Sanada and Shingo Takagi versus members of Suzuki-gun, Doki and Minoru Suzuki. So more of the feuding between Suzuki and Takagi continued Suzuki's maniacal laugh is just something that traps you every time you watch it, man. And it seems like Suzuki and Takagi are on their way to having that match on that August 29th show of Summer Struggle for that never Openweight Championship. And Sanada gets the win here with the O'Connor Bridge, August 9th. The LIJ team from the night before that Sanada was on lost, but Sanada did not eat the pin. But yet again, Sanada gets another win. 3 out of 4 shows, Sanada gets a win. Sanada hasn't lost in about 2 months, y'all. But he hasn't crossed paths with Evil. But Sanada seems to want a piece of Show. And I'm not sure how this is going to go down, where it's going to happen. But I think I got a little bit of information coming my way. 4th match of the night, 8-man tag. We have Master Wato, Hiroshi Tenzan, Ibushi, and Tanahashi versus members of Suzuki-gun, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Desperado, Zack Sabre Jr., and Tai Chi. We had the grand return of the ace himself, Hiroshi Tanahashi, here, showing off that he's still got it. This match went about 13 minutes or so. Hey, Hiroshi Tanahashi with my super marked out, geeked out fandom when he hit the high fly flow on Yoshinobu Kanemaru. I geeked out because the storyline was simple, but it was dope. Kota Ibushi, the Golden Aces, are back, and they are on track to get their rematch versus the Dangerous Techers, Zack Sabre Jr. and Tai Chi. Hiroshi Tenzan and Edon Desperado yet again renewing that rivalry. I think they're the ones who are going to go into the King of Pro Wrestling first round, and Master Wato and Yoshinobu Kanemaru going at it throughout this match. Then we had the 5th match of the night, another tag team match. We had Bushi and Tetsuya Naito of Los Ingobernables de Japón versus Taiji Ishimori and Evil of Le Bullet Club. This match went about 10 minutes or so. Right? The win went to the Bullet Club members via disqualification. If you have watched enough of New Japan Pro Wrestling throughout its history, we all know that DQs are usually not a very frequent finish. But there was a reason there was a DQ in this match. A very good reason there was a DQ in this match. We had the return of the one and only IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion himself, the ticking time bomb. Hiromu Takahashi came into the match when his boys were down and out, and he just came in after Taiji Ishimori and started beating the crap out of him and whatnot. And he would have gotten his hands on Evil, but Evil stayed out of the ring. Tetsuya Naito and Evil renewed that rivalry again. Bushi and Ishimori doing the work that Hiromu should have been doing during these Summer Struggle shows, but he was dealing with his shoulder ailment. But we saw him come out and aid his LIJ brethren, even though it was a loss for his team via the DQ. Then the 6th match of the night, y'all. I know that I mentioned the previous night's main event as my favorite match. This match, I want to say, second favorite match of the entire series of shows. Shout out to our most frequent YouTube commenter and subscriber of the YouTube channel, Kayfabe Tactics. He made a comment about how this match damn near made him cry. We did see Milano shed a tear at ringside in the commentary booth during this match after the result of this match. This match went about 24 minutes or so. They left everything out on the freaking mat during this match, man. Chaos versus Chaos. It was Sho, Toru Yano, and Kazuchika Okada versus Chaos members YOSHI-HASHI, Tomohiro Ishii, and Hiroki Goto. This match was a lot of back and forth. These guys did not let up. No one was soft on any one particular member of their unit. They went at it. They went to war, and at the end of it all, Tomohiro Ishii, with the last gasp, hit the vertical drop brainbuster on Sho to win. Yes, the B team, the Chaos B team, won the Never Openweight 6-man championship tournament finals. The reason as to why there was a tear that was shed by Milano was that this is the first time, and I think his 10 plus year history in New Japan Pro Wrestling, where YOSHI-HASHI has finally won any sort of New Japan Championship because he stayed healthy enough to stay in the ring, and he has been rewarded, y'all. So YOSHI-HASHI is finally a champion. YOSHI-HASHI, Tomohiro Ishii, and Hiroki Goto, the NJPW Samurai himself, they are the never Openweight 6-man champions currently. There was a celebration in the ring after the match was over, with all the members of Chaos taking photos and things. It was a nice sight to see. It was a dope thing to see. Man, it was just such a dope match. But yet again, August 8th's main event is still tops for me. But this is definitely my second favorite match out of the four night events there. So, bits of news to catch everybody up on. I'm not gonna go through every single show that the G1 Climax is, every single city that the G1 Climax is gonna be in, y'all. All right, it's gonna be 18 nights. The G1 Climax tour, G1 Climax 30, 18 nights, starting September 19th, going all the way to October 18th. And this particular G1 Climax 30 tour is going to happen all over the island of Japan. It's going to be a lot of wrestling going on. It's going to be September 19th and 20th. 23rd and 24th, 27th. It's going to be one on the 27th. Then it's going to be the 29th and the 30th. And then in October, we go to the 1st. And then we go to the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th. And then we transition to the 10th and the 11th. Then we go to the 13th and the 14th. Then we go to the 16th, the 17th, and the 18th. And this will be taking place all over the island of Japan. The details are actually on NJPW1972.com. There's also a G1 Climax promo video on New Japan World you guys can watch, so you can get informed about all the cities and all the venues that everything is going to be in. So all the participants of the G1 Climax 30 tour will alternate depending on tournament blocks. So that'll be revealed probably after the Summer Struggle, the major Summer Struggle show, and things of that nature. So look forward to that. And then we have the preview for NJPW Strong, as we have some news. So NJPW Strong, Friday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on New Japan World. The banner and headline reads, ACH returns. PJ Black debuts as full week 2 lineup for NJPW Strong revealed. I want to say a few things before I get into this, right? I usually leave this up to my brethren and the sis Chrissy Love when they talk about certain things on True Heel Heat, and they expound on several things. I haven't seen ACH wrestle since he left NXT. I know that he went back to the Indies fairly soon after, because he wasn't locked into that 30-day non-compete that NXT people are put into. I'm not a WWE homer, right? I don't think that the WWE always does right by all the guys. They've done a lot of guys dirty and stuff like that. But for me personally speaking, as a person of color, and trying to respect people's views and things of that nature, there's a lot that we don't know about ACH's mental health. There's a lot that we don't know coming to be with the particulars of how he left NXT. I'm saying all that to say that what ACH had come out and said, and the way that he went about getting out of his contract, kind of left a sour taste in my mouth, understanding how important it is for a lot of guys to in the industry to continue this even though we understand that it's scripted and the finishes are booked in advance, there is a certain level of professionalism that's involved in professional wrestling. If you speak to the majority of professional wrestlers, men and women alike, there's a reason as to why it's called professional wrestling. And I feel like what happened with ACH, either it be from the WWE side or either it be from ACH's side, it did not leave a good taste in my mouth. So I'm not looking forward to seeing ACH return here for New Japan at all. The dude's talented as hell in the ring as a worker. He always has been. It's just after that episode of what happened and what transpired, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of meh on anything that happens with ACH. I think it's cool that PJ Black gets to debut, though, because, PJ's been out of the WWE for a while. He hit Lucha Underground. He's with ROH. PJ's always been able to put on decent matches and stuff like that, so it's going to be cool to see him on NJPW Strong. So, we have, let's go from top to bottom here. The first match of the night is going to detail some newcomers here. So first, the guy that we know, the young lion himself, Clark Connors from the LA Dojo, is going to tag with a young man by the name of Jordan Clearwater. Don't know who he is. Against a tag, they're going to be tagging together versus Logan Regal and Barrett Brown. I do not know these young men. I'm not necessarily. Am I? No, wait a minute. I know Logan Regal. Okay, so from the intro here, it says Brown and Regal similarly impressed enough to be part of Lions Break Project 2 in Anaheim last December. Back then, Regal was teaming with twin brother Sterling with his regular tag partner, currently in the UK. I think I know where I know Barrett Brown from. And Logan now teams with Brown opposite Clearwater and Clark Connors for this particular match. So I think I'm aware of one of these guys being a UK talent, because I watch a lot of UK Brit wrestling myself. Second match of the night is a 6-man tag. This is where we're going to have the LA Dojo veteran pro TJP Alex Zane making his NJPW debut, and ACH on one side versus PJ Black, Misterioso, and Blake Christian. I've heard of Blake Christian's name before. I've probably seen him work. I don't recall. We all know how I feel about Misterioso. I just went on my spiel about ACH, TJP, and Alex Zane. Alex Zane I've watched work before as well in this 6-man tag. Then we have the semifinals of the New Japan Cup in the USA. We have David Finlay versus the bad boy himself, my spirit animal, Tama Tonga, in a one-on-one matchup. No time limit there. And then we have the night's main event. We have the personification of strong style, Kenta, versus Jeff Cobb. That dichotomy, that diversity in styles right there is going to make for a really, really good match. So this seems to be a good show coming up for NJPW Strong on Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NJPW World. We have another bit of news to get into as well. Injury news. So Alex Coughlin from the LA Dojo, who's also on Lions Break Collision shows, he's injured and he's missed to do the forthcoming. He's going to miss the forthcoming events of NJPW Strong. Just to give you guys that bit of information, and I am going to break down the 8 men who are going to be in the King of Pro Wrestling matches. So remember, it's 8 men. They start out each one-on-one matches with whatever their supposed, whatever gimmick they came up with, and the fans are going to vote on whatever the stipulation of the match is. So we're going to have Satoshi Kojima and Desperado in one match, Toru Yano and Bushi in another match, Sho and Sonata in another match, and Kazuchika Okada and Yujiro Takahashi in another match. And these matches will take place on August 26th. So the majority of the New Japan roster have a break now from August 9th to the 26th, which is going to be the next Summer Struggle show. So we'll find out who ends up in that fatal 4-way match out of these 4 qualifying matches. All right, y'all. Damn. That was a lot of information to go through, a lot of matches to go through. But I'm here for it, y'all. I'm here for it. As always, thank you for watching, y'all. If you're not aware, if you're just tuning in for the first time, I am the good brother, J News. This is J News Japan. This is where you get all your New Japan Pro Wrestling information, results, reviews, critiques, and whatever have you. So please come on by and watch. Give a brother a like. Give the channel a like. Subscribe, please. Comment down below. Share this with your friends and family who are itching to get some sort of variety in their wrestling diet. Because this is what we're here for. This is what the True Heel Heat Wrestling channel is here for. So please, by all intents and purposes, do everything that I just suggested. And if not, hey, at least you're watching. So as always, please take care of yourselves. Be good to one another. Stay safe out there. And as always, my friends, my good people of the True Heel Heat Nation, it's about that time. I'm out. Peace.